With the midterm elections approaching, suddenly everyone's admitting that surgical masks actually don't stop the coronavirus. If they did, maybe close to 1 million Americans wouldn't have died from it. Even Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi have stopped pretending, but some schools haven't gotten the memo. They're still forcing kids to wear masks. No excuse. On Wednesday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was in Tampa for a press conference at the University of South Florida. As he came to the podium, he saw several students wearing masks. Here's what he said.
You do not have to wear those masks. I mean, please take them off. Honestly, it's not doing anything, and we got to stop with this COVID theater. So if you want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous.
Well, it is ridiculous. And if no one else is going to tell him, probably good he told them. It's not good to lie to kids. At best, it makes them grow up to be liars. And of course, as you may have noticed, that enraged the media. They were totally infuriated by this because it refuted the lies that they have told for years about children being forced to wear masks. So here's how they reacted to what DeSantis said.
Republican governor of Florida today, Ron DeSantis, berating high school kids for wearing masks at his indoor news conference.
Wow. Lord, where was that guy raised?
So
in a barn?
mean.
I mean, serious. No, I'm serious. Was that guy raised in a barn? I mean, seriously, this is a question I asked. Who raised him?
This is the governor of your state, and it's televised, like you're on video. It's going to go everywhere. These kids are at an age where people already tease and bully, and like now you saw that girl like scrambling to take hers off. Like, what do? I just found to say that to a bunch of minors.
One kid looked at him like, shut up.
Yeah.
I like that kid.
There were some kids that did not take off their masks, and I thought that's damn good parenting right there.
Oh, they're such liars. They'll say anything. And if they think you're gaining momentum, they want to crush you. So just to be clear, telling kids they don't actually have to wear masks because masks don't work is bullying, but threatening to throw them out of school and destroy their lives if they don't wear a mask is science. We want to straighten this out with the governor of Florida himself. We are honored to be joined by Ron DeSantis. Governor, thanks for coming on. So why did you say that? Good evening.
Well, Tucker, none of the adults were wearing masks, and it seemed to me that someone told those kids they had to do it. So I just wanted to make it very clear they do not need to be doing it. Obviously, in Florida, it's a free state. You can do it. But I think it's also important to point out that there's no reason to do it for young and healthy kids especially. And in the state of Florida, we never had a mask mandate, of course, but our guidance from our health department is not to wear these cloth masks. And I think it needs to be said because people have been lied to for 2 years. And so I didn't want it to be thinking that like they were told to do this by me, because I certainly wouldn't do that. And, you know, they talk about, oh, by letting someone have a choice to take off their mask and welcoming that choice, that's somehow bullying. Tucker, bullying is locking kids out of school, which they did. Bullying is forcing kids to wear masks for 8 hours a day, which they did for 2 years and are only stopping now because the polling's changed. Bullying is kicking people out of work because of vaccine mandates. We fought all of those policies in Florida. We lifted people up and we liberated them from local school boards and governments that imposed them.
It's a little weird to hear criticism from people who are unmasked sitting in crowded studios saying that you're immoral for telling kids who are at a lower risk than the adults who are unmasked in those studios not to wear masks. Like, what? People can't see themselves, I guess?
Well, and it creates a two-tier society. You have adults that are not masked, and then the students are all masked. Or you'll have a crowded restaurant where everyone's having a good time, and they make the servers wear masks. I reject the two-tier society. I say every time we go, if we're at a big event and the servers are wearing it, they should be liberated from those masks. It is political theater. They're doing it for the appearance. They're not doing it because it's having any meaningful medical impact.
No, but everyone loves a caste system, especially when they're at the top of it, right? I mean, that's really what they're demanding.
Exactly, and we've seen time and time again all these left-wing lockdown politicians. They'll impose mandates on others, then they'll be out cavorting, and by the way, they escape to Florida and live under our freedom time and time again, and we've documented that as well. So it is a hierarchy, and that's what they're trying to impose, and we reject that in Florida. And yes, if I have people that I think are being bullied into doing masks, I'm going to let them know you have the right to take it off. And I'm also going to tell them the truth, which not a lot of adults have told them, that it's not effective to wear them in the first place.
Amen. Cover your face, servant. That's exactly right. Governor Ron DeSantis of the free state of Florida. Great to see you tonight. Thank you.